Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the activation ceremony for the 959th Medical Group, the 959th Inpatient Operations Squadron, the 959th Clinical Support Squadron, and the 959th Medical Operations Squadron. The presiding official for today's ceremony is the Director, San Antonio Military Health System, and Commander, 59th Medical Wing, Major General BYRON C. HEPBURN. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Anita Robinson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ms. Robinson, for that exquisite rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, Chaplain Sears will now deliver the invocation.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to join me in prayer. Almighty God, on this day as we recognize and celebrate the activation of the 959th Medical Group, the 959th Inpatient Operations Squadron, the 959th Clinical Support Squadron, and the 959th Medical Operations Squadron, I ask that you grant continued wisdom to the leaders of each of these organizations. Be their constant source of support and inspiration in the days to come. May those who serve within those units be empowered to serve faithfully in all that they do. Ask that they would be inspired to work with the spirit of sacrifice for the common good. Grant that they would each give their best every day, that they would work with enthusiasm and professionalism. Let them never lose sight of the trust given to them by our nation. I grant to all of us here a renewed commitment to encouragement of freedom and the upholding of justice. Be especially with those who are currently deployed in defending the American way of life around the world today. Help them to be alert, dedicated, and confident. Protect them as they're exposed to danger, and be with their loved ones during their time of separation. This I ask. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Sears. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the purpose of this afternoon's ceremony is to establish the 959th Medical Group as an organization within the 59th Medical Wing and as the Air Force component of the San Antonio Military Medical Center. Today's reorganization is being completed in accordance with Air Education and Training Command Special Order Number G-13-5. And now, ladies and gentlemen, General HEPBURN.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is a great day. It's a very historic day. And I tell you what, you guys have been cranking the mission already as an integrated team over the last year, but we're going to now formalize this with the activation of the 959th as a key and strong component with our Army colleagues here at the San Antonio Military Medical Center. I tell you what, General Wong, Command Sergeant Major, it's great to have you here and great for your leadership. We thank you very much every day for what you're doing, and your deputy commanders, your senior NCOs throughout this institution are really setting the tone for a strong team spirit and doing the nation's work for our patients 24/7, 365. Thanks for setting the tone. For all the leadership here, NCOs, officers, and civilian leaders, I see civilian leaders in the room, I want to thank you in advance for what you have done and what you will do for our nation in this proud institution. It's been a great year, a tremendous year for the team here in San Antonio as we've stood up the San Antonio Military Health System, and we've moved 2,000 Air Force medics in a very professional, safe manner here to Fort Sam Houston. And it looks easy when you know what you're doing. It looks easy as a professional when you see a surgeon operating on a heart or intubating a baby, but it takes degrees of professionalism from all the team members, from the techs, the lab, pharmacy, nurses, allied health professionals, MSCs to make this happen. A team of teams, Army and Air Force, working together with one clear focus, patient safety, high quality care, and you've done that over the past year, and I know we'll continue to do that in the years ahead. Let me foot stomp one thing, and you already know this, because I don't want you to raise your hand because I know most of them would come up. This is a strategic platform for the nation. This is a readiness platform for the nation, for domestic response and international response. This group, your buddies here, your wingmen, your battle buddies, 96 of them right now are in combat ops. Flying CCAT missions right now in C-17s, bringing wounded warriors back home, doing surgery right now at BYRON in Afghanistan. The team ethic that we demonstrate here instills that professionalism and focus in harm's way, in times of great stress. So we've got to get it right here. And our education and training mission is vital for all the disciplines, enlisted and officer, all the allied health professions. We've got to get that right. And the research that we're doing here is the next edge of military medicine. It's the cutting edge, no pun intended. We're moving the ball forward down the field in a very proactive, deliberate manner and taking the lessons from this conflict and moving the art and science of war forward, the medicine in war. Now, we couldn't execute this mission, this 959th mission, without great leadership. And Colonel Schmidt and Chief Rusing have done a great job in the past year. Lisa, I couldn't imagine a better commander to take command of this group. Colonel Schmidt has a wealth of clinical experience. She started out as a nurse, but a great background in prevention, health prevention. She's a proven leader. She's been a chief nurse in an Air Force facility. She's been a squadron commander, and she's excelled as a group commander. She also understands the strategic dimensions of what we're doing. She's a graduate of our Air War College, and for the medical service, I'm sure it's true for the Army Medical Command as well. It's a very rare honor that a clinician of any type, nurse, physician, allied health professional, gets to go to War College. We only send the best of our best to War College, and she's a graduate. She's also worked at the headquarters Air Force SG shop, so she understands the strategic dimension to how we do programming and policy. So I tell you what, she is an incredible leader, the right person to be down here in San Antonio to do this work. Most importantly, I think Lisa would be most proud of the fact that she's deployed. She's battle hardened, Desert Storm veteran, but most recently having served in Afghanistan in a leadership capacity over there and excelled. When you look at those performance reports, she excelled under stress. That's very telling of her leadership. And I know Colonel Schmidt would say, and I'm sure she will, that she couldn't do this mission without Jeff, her wingman, her battle buddy, her partner every day, and her beautiful daughters, Megan and Ashley. And we have Megan with us today, who's a nursing student. And Ted, you're going to have to fight with me to see which service she's going to go into and what first course she's going to go into.
It's one sister. It's one sister.
It's all good. And I tell you what, we're proud of you and all you've done. And just so you know, Jeff works over at Joint Base San Antonio in the comptroller shop, so you need to buy him a drink. He'll be well taken care of. All right. I'll tell you what, though, and Colonel Schmidt will tell you this. and I know it's true for me. I couldn't do my job without Chief James, my battle buddy, my wingman, my senior NCO, my chief. And Lisa has Chief Rusin right there behind her every step of the way. And Command Sergeant Major, I know you're right there for General Wong every day. That's how we are in the military. We couldn't do it without our strong NCOs. They're professionals. They have their finger on the pulse of our units, the well-being of all our families and their children, and they make the mission happen. Because it is mission first, people always. So thank you so much. And Diane's wingman battle buddy is Brad right there. And Brad's over at our recruiting service doing a great job, so it's good to have you here. All right, without further ado, I think it's time to celebrate not only what this outfit has done in the last year, but we're going to move forward as a strong Army and Air Force team cranking the mission. So let's go ahead and make this thing official and move forward with the ceremony. Thank you so much for being here today, and let's celebrate together. Let's sing.
General Hepburn will now officially activate the 959th Medical Group effective 16 November 2012, and the group guideline will be unfurled.
Present. Holmes. Order. Holmes.
Sir, I assume command.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 959th Medical Group, Colonel Schmidt.
Thank you, guys. General Hepburn, General Long, commanders, first sergeants, all the Army colleagues, our friends and family, and especially the men and women of the 959th. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come and celebrate standing up this new group. General Hepburn, I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to command this group. I am both honored and humbled to have this opportunity. Although the 959th is a new medical group, we will continue to train and educate our newest medics in the Air Force Medical Service. Along with the 59th Medical Wing, we will continue to be the largest deployment platform for the medical service, and we will continue to provide the highest quality of health care for the San Antonio military health system. What is different in the 959th is that it is going to be the first medical group that will function as a troop command. And as a first, there will be growing pains, which we have learned can be as simple as, what is a supervisor? Although it is a slightly different culture from what we are familiar with in the Air Force, we look forward to working with our Army colleagues to ensure that we develop and support our airmen. Fortunately, we have the opportunity to take the best from both services and become a model for the military health system. Before we proceed with the ceremony, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our new squadron commanders. First, Colonel Abrock Acapelli. She was previously the Medical Operations Squadron Commander at Goodfellow Air Force Base and the Surgical Inpatient Squadron Commander, as well as the Medical Section Chief here at SAMC. She will be assuming command of the Inpatient Operations Squadron, supporting the inpatient nursing units and the emergency department. Her superintendent is Chief Fairchild. Next, Colonel Lucia Moore. She was previously the Medical Support Squadron Commander at Ellsworth Air Force Base, and she will be assuming command of the Clinical Support Squadron, supporting the lab, pharmacy, nutritional medicine, as well as a flight for the Air Force residents and fellows. Her superintendent is Chief Davis. Finally, Colonel Peter Pelletier. He was previously the Aeromedical Dental Squadron Commander at Hickam Air Force Base and the Laboratory Squadron Commander at Lackland Air Force Base. He is also the Chief Pathology Consultant to the Air Force Surgeon General and the Transfusion Medicine Consultant to the Armed Services Blood Program Office. He will be assuming command of the Medical Operations Squadron, supporting the operating room, PACU, anesthesia, and the outpatient clinic areas. His superintendent is Master Sergeant Orr. And finally, I cannot overlook the 959th Group Superintendent, who is my right hand when it comes to enlisted issues. She is my wingman, Chief Diane Rusin. Together, our primary goal is to support and develop our Air Force members at SAMC so they can focus on patient care that will lead to the best quality care and patient experiences in the DoD. Our goal is for the members in the 959th to look back at their assignment at SAMC as a highlight in their career. So let's make it official and do the assumption of command for the squadrons.
Colonel Schmidt will now officially activate the 959th Inpatient Operations Squadron effective 16 November 2012, and the squadron guidon will be unfurled.
Present arms. Order. Arms.
Ma'am, I assume command.
The 959th Clinical Support Squadron will now be activated effective 16 November 2012, and the squadron guidon will be unfurled.
Present arms. Order. Arms.
Ma'am, I assume command.
Colonel Schmidt will now officially activate the 959th Medical Operations Squadron effective 16 November 2012, and the squadron guidon will be unfurled.
Present arms. Order. Arms.
Ma'am, I assume command.
General Wong, General HEPBURN.
Drop my mic. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for coming out here to participate and witness this truly historic event. And I'd like to see that we had a good representation between the Air Force and the Army staff as well as the civilians. And it just underscores the terrific teamwork and collaboration and integration that's going on here in the San Antonio area, and specifically here in the San Antonio Military Medical Center. General HEPBURN, thanks for the opportunity to say a few words. It's good to see your beautiful bride, Debbie, and Chief, always good to see you. As General HEPBURN said, a lot of great accomplishments, and it couldn't have happened without dedicated and focused and truly talented personnel. And it's been my privilege to work with just such a tremendous group of people. And it's validated every day when patients come up to me and say, hey, this is the best place to receive health care. They cite specific providers, nursing staff, assistants, front desk personnel for being so compassionate and caring and so, again, skilled in providing the health care that they need. And again, I appreciate what you all are doing. And I think having Colonel Schmidt take this new command, where'd you go? Over there, and the other new commanders, putting the 959th here, close to the airmen, I think underscores and just demonstrates the leadership's commitment to eliminating all obstacles to ensuring a smooth transition here so that they can focus on their mission. That's providing the best health care to the most deserving patients in the world, and that's our men and women in uniform, retired members, and their family members. So again, I think just one more step in establishing that premier health system here. Everybody's eyes are focused on what's happening here in San Antonio, and I think there's a lot to be learned here, and it's because of all what you all do. And again, it's an honor to be a part of this great process.
Thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been an awesome ceremony, but it hasn't just been a ceremony. The precision, the discipline, the excellence that all of you have demonstrated is what we're demonstrating every day, whether it's in the ORs or in the C-17s flying back from Afghanistan. We do it with partners, professionals. General Wong hit it right on the head. And I tell you what, when those patients see us caring for them, they don't know if it's Army or Air Force. They know they're proud Americans taking care of them. And that's what it's all about. Let me embarrass in public the guys that put this ceremony together. You know these things are like Swiss watches. They just don't come together. It's complex. Chief, come on down. All right, let's give Chief Capella.
NCOs ever have to do a ceremony this complicated. So, all right. And Ms. Robinson, thanks for those beautiful, beautiful notes this afternoon. Spiritual vector, and I tell you what, we need to have that focus every day on the importance of what we're doing for the nation. So, really wish you Godspeed. We're going to be cranking the mission together today, tomorrow, and into the future, and hitting it out of the park. So have a great weekend, everybody, and let's all be very thankful next week for all the great Thanksgivings and blessings we've been given as Americans. Have a great day.
Dismissed. Have a great weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we're going to sing the Air Force and Army song.
Don't go anywhere yet. Yeah, come on, we'll do this right.
Army's on its way, count on the cadence, loud and strong.
Absolutely, sir. Remain standing for the departure of the official party.
All right, you guys have a keep right in the mission.
This concludes our ceremony this afternoon. Please join us outside the auditorium for some refreshments to help celebrate this momentous occasion.